On the face of it, actually a Leaf that continues to be merit those capital letters. Having multiplied this car's battery vary by 500th, motor power by 400th and torsion by 25th, Jewish calendar month has really reduced costs on the Leaf by up to £1,500, counting on trim level. Granted, the automobile still depends on the United Kingdom Treasury's £4,500 emptor incentive to create sensible its business case. However, taking that deal into consideration, the bottom-rung Leaf currently well beats associate entry-level combustion-engined Audi A3 Sportback on power, performance, and selling price, notwithstanding whether or not you favor the Audi in gasoline or diesel type. Where the Leaf falls down when put next with the correct premium branded thought hatchbacks against that its price continues to be within. The car's driving position is improved, however still feels oddly perked up, because you're sitting, even up front, directly on top of the drive battery, and still lacks telescopic steering column adjustment. Perceived cabin qualities a shade improved from the outgoing car's normal, however it's still method off wherever it have to be compelled to be for the value. A minimum of you get a much better instrument cluster now around, with a digital screen whose show you'll customise, which makes obtaining the most effective out of that electrical powertrain easier. Driving the Leaf is actually suggestive bigger premium level refinements than the inside is. Being as brightly tuned into the accelerator as ever, and having bigger torque-related thrust below regarding 50 miles per hour than simply regarding something wanting a hot hatchback, the Leaf may be a delight to drive around city. Nissan's powertrain enhancements conjointly create it feel abundant less out of place on the expressway than the previous one did. There's a brand new e-pedal setting for the automobile, that filters in sturdy regenerative braking before you go any place close to the foot lever, and makes the Leaf quickly easier to drive and higher at utilization energy than the previous one. And, maybe a lot of placing than everything else, this is often currently a seriously quiet associated refined automobile, even as you'd wish an EV to be. The Leaf is predicated on associate overhauled version of the previous car's mechanical platform, however, having been created torsionally stiffer than its forerunner, moreover as quicker steering and a lot of immune to body roll, it feels each comfortable riding and fairly agile handling on the road, enough in each cases, certainly, to satisfy most tastes. There's well-tuned weight and return to center springing regarding the steering too. Even in lightweight of all that, though, whereas the initial Leaf wasn't an automobile associate interested driver would decide on top of its rivals, the new one most likely isn't either. It's an automobile designed, from a dynamic stance, to try to do everything to a consistent, a uniform, a homogeneous, a normalized and identical, the same, a regular and even 8 out of 10 standard, instead of any one factor brightly. And it's a hit therein respect. Should I purchase one? If you think that you're prepared for associate EV, few would create a much better route in. People who plan to can still do thus for rational reasons, as a result of the Leaf's better price than its opponents, better supported by relevant public fast charging infrastructure, a lot of sensible, and since it currently has the battery vary to be a lot of usable than it ever want to be. At associate NEDC certified 235 miles, the new Leaf's cruising very beats that of each rival save the priciest Renault Zoe, 250 miles, and also the industrialist Ampera E, 323 miles, although it's still denied to Great Britain buyers. Or take a look at drive instructed, you must expect a lot of like 160 to 170 miles from this automobile between charges, in mixed real-world use. Relative to the claim, that will sound sort of a con, however it's really quite spectacular for what remains one in all the juvenile EV classes worth champions.